Yo, what's up, guys? I have some TCGO here for Saturday night, that kind of thing going on. I've had this game sitting on my desktop for, let me click properties really quick and look. This game's about 2 weeks old, so I don't really remember too much about it. But if it wasn't good, I wouldn't have saved it, so, at least we have that going for us. Turns out I have a really shitty opening hand in that I actually end up leading with this Clink, and it has a retreat cost of 2, which is a pain in the ass. But I have some switches in my hand, and I also have a Pokemon collector, so I can afford to get a good Pokemon going out. What my main plan right here is I want to go ahead and Pokemon collector, see if I can get my Cleffa. If I can get it, I'll switch out for it and eke up a new hand, as well as also getting Cobalion and maybe one other thing. But I see, his side of the field, and he's got a Venipede, and he's got a Roselia, and I saw Roserade in there, so this deck is going to revolve around statuses and otherwise being a bitch. Statuses in the TCGO are really glitchy at the moment. I'm looking at you, Vanillux, paralyzing on every fucking turn whatsoever. And I don't know, it's just all just a huge pain in the ass. But I'm going to go ahead and PCOM, and I do indeed have my Cleffa, so I'm going to get a Cobalion, a Cleffa, and a Poniard. I was thinking about whether or not I should get Skarmory in order to get some energy going, but I decided, you know what, I need to shuffle out my hand first in order to get these things evolved above all else. So what I decided to do is I'm going to put an energy on Cobalion in order to get that going as soon as possible. Switch out to Cleffa, and then what I should have done right here, which I didn't do, and I'm really stupid for not doing it, is actually, evolving that Clink. I didn't think I could do it. I wasn't paying attention to turns, but it turns out that both of our Cleffas don't wake up, and he's going to go ahead and use another Pokemon collector. Now, if you're looking at my hand, the best thing to probably do here is to either A, PCOM for a, I can PCOM for a Skarm to get some energy going, or I can PCOM out for a Clink, I can PCOM out for a Bisharp. There are a couple of things I can do. This hand's not really too strong, though. I do see a Grimer. I have not seen that guy like ever, I think, before this game, and he's also got a Hypno, so you can be asleep, you can be poisoned. Well, he has a Drowsy, but he'll get it up to a Hypno in due time. So he finally evolves that the Roserade, he evolves the Whirlipede and things like that. When you put a Rainbow Energy down on Roserade, from my past encounters with it, it gives both conditions in terms of confusion and poison, and that's kind of nasty. But what I'm going to do here is I am going to go ahead and put another Mental Energy on Cobalion, put down a Scyther, just so in case I draw into a Scizor, I'm able to evolve it. I actually forget what I PCOM out for right now. It's kind of up in the air. I have options. I have many options. But had I evolved the Clink from earlier, I could have just PCOM'd out for a Clang, and then that would have been fantastic. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use 2 switches in order to wake up my Cleffa and get a new hand, which is ordinarily kind of stupid. And I wasn't running 4 Junk Arms in this deck at the time. I only had 2. But I did get 2 shortly after this, and then I did put them in there, so that's good. And then it turns out I end up waking on this turn anyway, but I really needed to get into some energy in order to get things going. And, his Cleffa's woken up, so I can take it out next turn if it decides to stay in. But he's more than likely just going to end up, eking again. Oh, my lord, I wish I had a catcher or something to wake that thing up. But it's not working out. So I decided to put my final energy on Cobalion, and then I Junk Arm out for something. I forget what. But I'm going to go ahead and Junk Arm out the Clink, and I think one other thing for a PCOM, and then PCOM out the Scizor, I believe, for my Clang. So I could have gotten all this stuff done a lot earlier had I evolved on that second turn. I'm just really stupid for it. That's what I get for kind of rushing my turns, but I'd rather go fast and, slip up versus, going slow like a lot of people have been doing on TCGO lately. And, they make accurate plays, but fuck if they don't take a long time, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's easy to trip up and make mistakes, but, whatever. What am I trying to say here? I would rather have quick and mistake-full games than, slow and just overly drawn-out games, so it's whatever. But he catches in my Clang, and now he's got this Muck evolved, which I'm a little concerned about because I'm looking at its attacks, and he actually decides to poison my Clang. So if I can Junk Arm into a switch, I just really want to get that Clang out of there so I can start using Cobalion. And I'm hoping that I can use Professor Oak to draw into it, but his Cleffa still doesn't wake up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and evolve my Poniard into a Bisharp and decide to PCOM out this Clink, I believe, for a Scizor. Yeah, there we go. So I do have both of my Scizors. That's looking pretty good. And then maybe I put down that Skarm on the bench. Yeah, I do. Oh my god, I'm so smart. Because now I can't really do anything else with my hand. I figure I might as well shuffle it out now. And I do get a junk arm, and I do get a catcher as well, so this is, going to give me a nice amount of time. I figure I might as well junk arm out that scissor since I don't really have a need for a second one at the moment. And if I can get energy in play, that'll be a lot better. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch in Cobalion. And then I am really feeling good about catching in that Muck for some reason, because it won't be able to switch out. Or it won't be able to attack, rather. But I was thinking about my options for so long, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use the plus power, and then I'm going to go ahead and use Iron Breaker, which will boost it to 90, which will kill off the Roserade in one hit. I don't want that thing, sniping statuses from the bench. I mean, Muck is going to be a giant pain in the ass, but, he does have another Roselia in his hand anyways. Such a pain in the ass. I should have killed off that Muck. I think that comes back to bite me in the ass very shortly, but I really didn't know what I wanted to kill off, There was just so many things that could cause status. I could have killed off Drowsy before it evolved into his Hypno. That would have prevented sleep, but then he still would have had the Roserade for confusion and poison. And, everywhere. So, he can go for the Sludge Drag right now, and that will confuse and poison my Klinklang. And that's not too good for him, because now I don't really know what to do. But I'm going to go ahead and put another energy on the Klinklang. Decide to use his, decide to put an energy on it, and then, I'm going to try to go for the Gear Grind and see if I don't end up hitting myself, but I do end up hitting myself. I was just so intent on trying to kill that Muck right now while I had this Klinklang in place. And then if it doesn't work, I can always retreat out. But the thing is he has the Pester, but I think I have a resistance to Psychic, which should end up saving me. I don't know if I do have the resistance to Psychic on Klinklang, Poison, Ghost, what have you. The purple type, if you will, Purple Drank, resistance to Purple Drank. And Gear Grind, if I got both heads, like I did in that match, I believe on Monday, a match I recently uploaded, that is what I was kind of fishing for, but it kind of failed because I'm confused as well. But I think he's thinking about his turn right now because he knows he can't kill me off in one hit, probably because of the resistance, and I keep clicking that bottom left button, hoping it actually does something. I really just want a way to be like, hey, hurry the fuck up, just because this is stupid. Oh, what am I waiting for? It takes more poison damage, not a big deal. I'm going to try attacking one more time. And then if that works, great. So I don't hurt myself, and then I'll see how much damage I do. So I get one heads, and I don't get the second one, which really sucks. But I think now he's going to be able to kill me off with the Pester, since 80 plus 60 will be 140. And I really needed that thing dead so badly. But the cool thing is now Cobalion can kill it off with an Energy Press. But the bad thing is I've lost a lot of my energy in play. But I think what I want to do at this point anyway... Why the fuck doesn't he kill me off? Whatever. So, Klinklang's got this fat-ass retreat cost, but I need to save my Klinklang for later. Just so I can actually, start moving energy around. So, what I decided to do is go to Cobalion, because I know an Energy Press will be able to finish it off. So, that's fantastic. That's great. I do have the prizes leads right now. I don't remember what else he has. He has Whirlipede. He has, I think he has another Whirlipede on the bench too. So he's got Cleffa, he's got Roserade. Roserade gets the Rainbow Energy on it, which will confuse and poison me at the same time. Poisoning Steel types, man, fuck logic. That doesn't work out. Oh. I just wish they made it like a rule, like in the TCG, how fire types can't get burned and steel types can't get poisoned. I mean, fire types are fire types, they're pretty plain. There's no confusion to anything like that. But I'm going to put a rescue energy on the Cobalion in hopes that I can actually break through with Iron Breaker, and I do not. So these coin flips are really screwing me over. But the cool thing is that I do have the resistance. I think I have the resistance to Psychic on this guy too. At least I hope I do. He does evolve his... I'm pretty sure he's going to evolve this thing right now. I haven't seen this video in some time. Just work with me, guys, This might be a shitty narration, but it's a good game. I should increase the size on this in Vegas. That would be great. But because I'm poisoned, he's going to be able to go for the Venoshock. So I just decided to send in my Cleffa. And it turns out because I die from poison damage, I don't get that Cobalion back, which kind of sucks. But I get the Eke up for new hand, which is pretty neato. And I get Twins... kind of useless at the moment until he gets some more prizes up and running. But I do have some energy in my hand, so at least I can redistribute that right now. And if he wants to kill off my Cleffa, fucking fantastic, whatever, you know. He'll kill off this and something else, and then I can use twins to get what I really need out. But I do have a catcher, and my battle plan right now is to get that second Cobalion going, or this this Bisharp on the bench. Now, the smart thing Bisharp going, I don't know how I'm going to kill off that Scolipede, but he poisons my fucking Cleffa with, I think, a Scolipede anyway. So, I'm going to go ahead and put an energy on Cobalion. And then what do I decide to do? I think I decided to look for something fat to catch her out. And then it turns out to be that Whirlipede, because it's got it's got a retreat cost of 3, and he only has 1 energy on it. And I think Drowsy might have had 1 or 2. If it had 2, I probably would have catched it out. But I end up dying to poison and whatnot. So I'm looking what I should send out. And I decided to go with Skarm because it has the lowest retreat cost, and I can keep Steel Coating while the Whirlipede's out. So if he wants to make use of it, he will have to evolve it and whatnot. But he decides to go for the energy switch. I don't know what he's gonna move. He's probably gonna move an energy from the Roserade to the. Okay, he moves it to the Scolipede on the bench, so he really wants that thing to get going. My main plan right here is I want to get my Bisharp going with enough energy, or my Cobalion going. It really depends on how much time he's going to give me. And I'm looking at the decks. I completely looked away for a split second. I didn't see how much he had, but I'm pretty sure you guys were able to catch that. So I decided to put an energy down on Skarm just in order to get another, I think I want to get a metal energy going on something, but then it turns out I don't have any, and I think I'll die at the end of the next turn anyway. So I will, what is this? What is even happening right now? He decides a Super Rod. This is such a shit narration. This is what happens when I record games in advance and I decide not to review them. But somehow I just, it's a Saturday. It's kind of a lazy narration, I suppose. What have you. So at least I run Fisherman in this deck, so I can get back some of the energy I lost. There's 4 of the energies I lost from fucking retreating Klinklang, and then I think Skarm dying, so that's 3 and then 1, and I decide to put it on Scizor for no reason other than just to put it on something. I don't know, like, I think Bisharp and Scizor both have the same amount of HP anyway, and, if he starts attacking one from the bench, then I can just, I don't know what I'm going to do about it. But I decided Ironbreaker that the Whirlipede, so that way it at least can't attack with the Venoshock, which is kind of what I was fearing, but he's going to poison me right now, and I think I'm going to need to either put some more switches or some more Junk Arms in this deck. I do run 4 Junk Arms now, so I probably won't need as many switches. That's good. That is good water. I didn't even know water had a taste, but I guess it does now. So he puts me to sleep, and that does get rid of my confusion, which is pretty cool, and I do wake up. So I don't have to worry about hitting myself either. But I put down the Scyther forgetting that I actually Junk Armed my Scizor earlier. So what I decided to do is I'm going to get 2 catchers. Those could definitely come in handy later. I really just want to get that Whirlipede out of the active spot. But I'm going to go ahead and put another energy down just because, I need to have that energy down on something. And I'm looking, like, what can I kill off? And then I see Tyrogue, and I see Cleffa, and I see Roserade has a couple damage counters on it too. And now the things I'm probably going to want to go for are Roserade or Scolipede. Or, yeah, probably Scolipede, I was thinking about it. And that way, if I Ironbreaker him twice, then he'll have to switch out if he wants to preserve it, and he'll have to go into something else. So I decided to catch her into that, I think. Why did I catch her into the Hypno? I guess because I want to attack, and I don't want him stalling for toxic damage or anything like that. Plus, he has a retreat cost of 2. So he'll have to put another energy down on it and then use an energy switch and then switch out. And then, he'll have to do the whole Scolipede thing. That won't really work out for him. But I got a lot of energy in play and, well, a decent amount in general. The only thing he really has it on right now is a Scolipede. And if I can manage to take that out soon, that'll be great. But it turns out he has a double colorless, so that will actually suffice for his energy requirement for the turn. And, he'll just switch out, go into his Whirlipede. He wants me to kill this thing off so he can get a safe switch into something, or I'm not really knowing what. Actually, you know what? He went for the, I think he went for the Venoshock there, so that kind of makes sense. So what I decided to do right here, since it's the only opportunity I'm going to get, and I recognize I'm going to die at the end of this turn, I decide to move one energy off of Cobalion because I know I can kill it off with an energy press from that range, and I'll only be losing 2 energy instead of 3, which kind of makes up for the shitty play from earlier because I will need that extra energy. And I think I'm going to die at the end of the one after this, but he can kill me off with the Mischievous Punch, which does 30 damage to anything regardless of weakness or resistance. And it's a baby killer, as I mentioned in the previous video. You know, you run it, you can take out Cleffa, and it's really good for a baby. You know, 30 damage right off the bat. Not a lot of pokes can say that they do that, you know, without evolving or anything like that. They'll need like 2 energies. He needs 0, and then he does 30 right off the bat, so that's pretty good. What I decided to do right here is that I decided to send in Bisharp on the off chance that he'll wake up. I'm really hoping he'll wake up. So now that I have this extra energy in play, I'm looking to see if I have enough energy to kill off the Scolipede with a, you know, if I catch it in. And I'm looking, I have 3 metal energies on it, and then I have 2 on Scizor. And that turned out to actually be the bare minimum that I need. If I didn't pull that energy off of Cobalion in time, then that could have been pretty nasty. But I'm going to go for one of those, you know, all-out hits and decide to take out the Scolipede since Metal Scissors is 40 plus 20 for every metal energy I have. Since I have 5 metal energy, that's 100 extra damage. That will equal 140, and that brings the score down to 2 versus 2. But the problem is if he takes out my Bisharp, you know, I'm going to need to get the energy off this Bisharp as soon as possible because I really don't want to have this, you know, whole thing happen. But it turns out he brings in a Muck, and oh no, this Muck. I don't know how I'm going to kill this Muck, to be honest. I really don't, because he'll use Sludge Drag, and I'm kind of hoping that he won't drag out my Kling Klang, but he more than likely will end up dragging out my Kling Klang, and that'll get him an extra prize as well, which means I won't be able to move my energy around, so I need to pick what I'm going to keep it on. And I need to have enough energy on it in order to kill everything on the field at this point. So the thing with the most HP is this Muck. So what I could do, and I'm not actually sure if he ends up doing it, is I should move 2 energy off of the Bisharp onto Scizor. That way they can be even on energy and all be good to KO everything on the field. I think barring Scizor, who with 3 metal energy will do 90 damage. But he decides to put my my Kling Klang to sleep with Hypno, and then I think he's just going to go for the Mischievous Punch soon, or he'll Sludge Drag something. But okay, so he Mischievous Punches. I do wake up. No, yeah, I do wake up. I was looking at the wrong thing. But what am I doing? I really don't know what I'm doing. I guess I'm gear shifting right now, or shift gearing, what have you, but decide to put enough energy on it in order to get it out. I have some in my hand, so I can afford to do this a little bit, but since the Tyrogue's awake, I might as well try to go for the kill right now. So I'm going to retreat. I should have tried just attacking right off the bat, but I'm running kind of low on health. So I am just going to, I was thinking about going for the energy stream, but then I realized that it only does 30, or it does 20 instead of 30. If it did 30, that would be great. That way I could kill him off and get an energy going, and then that would be super duper. So I have the lead in prizes in terms of, 1 versus 2. As long as I can kill this Muck off, that'll be fantastic. I don't know what else he has in his hand. We're both running really thin on our deck and in the playfield in general. But he goes for the Sludge Drag, which I believe will kill me off at the end of my next turn. So I need to figure out what I'm going to put my energy on. And what am I doing? Now, what I should have done, if I end my turn right here, I do something really stupid, not thinking that he won't fucking Sludge Drag out my Scyther. And I think I might end up ending my turn here. So, what do I do? Do I click it? I think I click it. Yeah, that was stupid. That was stupid looking at it. He knocks me out. And then if I sent in anything, hold on, what do we have here? So I have the Scyther here, and I'm like, all right, he'll go for this. If he goes for the Pester, he can't kill me. But I completely forgot he had Roserade, so he had me in a catch-22 from the beginning. Because if I sent out Scizor, I wouldn't have enough energy to kill him off. If I sent out Bisharp, he would have Sludge Drag out to one of the other two. Scizor doesn't have enough energy to attack either, which is, really unfortunate. I probably should have left the Kling Klang in to die. But he's going to Junk Arm out for an energy switch in order to be able to get an energy off of Roserade and put it onto Muck, and he's going to go ahead and pester me for the win. So that was a pretty close game, if you ask me. Sorry if you guys didn't enjoy the the narration too much, and I hope it was more visually stimulating than audio stimulating, because I thought it was a pretty good game. So if you guys enjoyed it too, you're welcome to leave a like rating, comment, subscribe to your thing. I will probably be recording some more. I don't think I'm going to upload one tomorrow. I might record a Penumbra episode, or I might just take the day off in general, you know, just leave you guys' cell boxes alone for a full day, since I got some things I can do, you know, catch up on some games, things away from the computer and stuff. So I'll do it out of me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow or Monday. Haven't decided. See you when I see you.